Tonight we are dining at Royal Court on the Disney Fantasy. If you don't know, we do dining reviews every single Monday. So we have already done a dining review from Royal Court. However, tonight's menu is completely different from the first time we ate here during this sailing. So tonight is what they would consider like the pirate night on the ship. So during this sailing, it's not an official pirate night, but all the characters are out in their pirate outfits and all the guests are dressing in their pirate outfits. So tonight, lobster is on the menu, and they say this is one of the dinners that you do not want to miss. So we have got the bread service already, and we are excited to dig in.
For our bread service tonight here at Royal Court, we've got a sourdough with a red pepper, kind of like a hummus, but it's a red pepper spread. And what's kind of nice is that every night, regardless of what the kind of specialty bread is, it changes. They always tend to have kind of like the same kind of like a white roll and a whole wheat roll. So if you don't necessarily like sourdough, you just kind of want a regular white roll, you have that, or the whole wheat. So, but fantastic as always, and a great way to start off the meal with a little bit of bread. But try to not fill up on it because tonight's a good night to eat some really good food. Starting off the appetizer tonight, I have got Oysters Rockefeller, which is oysters usually with spinach, breadcrumbs, and they are normally kind of either baked or broiled for the most part. And I love oysters, both fried, steamed. If you are afraid to eat oysters, or you're kind of like wondering, unsure, I think Rockefeller oysters is like the best way to go. Tonight I also decided to get the tiger shrimp, which for whatever reason I always feel like they're going to be much bigger, like tigers. But they're just steamed, probably with like a little bit of lemon juice on there. Looks like some dill, and served with a little side of coleslaw.
For my appetizer tonight, I got the aged prosciutto. This is served with a side of sun-dried tomatoes, Parmesan cheese, and roasted garlic. This prosciutto was perfect. I love some aged prosciutto, and with the Parmesan cheese on the side and the roasted garlic, kind of just ate everything together. Very good appetizer, great way to start off the meal. I also had the braised oxtail soup. This is served with spinach and roasted garlic tortellini. Oh, dinner's here. I also had the braised oxtail soup. This came with garlic tortellini inside, and this was a really good soup. I've actually never had braised oxtail soup before, and it's kind of like a beef. Very, very flavorful, nice beef broth in there. The meat inside was nice and tender, and overall, really good soup.
For my entree tonight here at Royal Court, I decided to go with the fettuccine with Parmesan crusted chicken. This is chicken encrusted in Parmesan cheese with sweet peppers and mushrooms and a cheddar cheese sauce. The cheddar cheese is like a white sauce, and it wasn't super saucy. Typically when I think of like a fettuccine Alfredo, it's not Alfredo, but most of the time when I get fettuccine, it's usually with like an Alfredo sauce, and it's very saucy. But what was nice about this is that it wasn't overbearing. Chicken was cooked perfectly, nice and tender, still moist, and flavors here just combined really well all together. Now, our server, she did say that we could get it made without the peppers and onions and the mushrooms that are in there, and I didn't really think anything of it, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. If I was to get it again, I would get it without the peppers and onions, because they didn't jive very well, I think, with the rest of the dish. But overall, still really good, and I would get it again, just without the peppers and onions.
For my entree tonight, I had the Lobster Tail. This is served with a lemon pesto mashed potato and asparagus on the side. The lobster was prepared perfectly. It was nice and tender, easy to cut with a knife. They actually de-shell it for you right at the table, which is actually really nice, because sometimes it is a little tough to get it out of there on your own. But overall, awesome entree. This is something that everybody wants whenever they come on the cruise, is the lobster night, because it's included with your cruise fare. So, I mean, come and get lobster, like, yes, please. For dessert tonight, Josh and I both had the chocolate lava cake This is the specialty dessert of the night. This is something that everybody also looks forward to if you've ever been on a Disney cruise before. Is the lobster for the entree and the chocolate lava cake for dessert. And it was perfection. They actually add another chocolate sauce on top in addition to the lava that comes out from the center of the cake, and then they serve it with a vanilla bean ice cream that they scoop it for you on top so that it's not melted when it gets over to the table. But very chocolatey, very rich, but the size is just perfect, that it's enough to be able to eat and not feel overwhelmed.